I don't believe I have let anyone down. My opposition to this war is well understood, and I will be putting it tomorrow morning from dispatch box when I speak after the Prime Minister in this debate on Syria. We're having a free vote within the Labour Party. Every Labour MP will be able to make up their own mind, and all the indications are that the majority are going to be opposed to the bombing because they are concerned the Prime Minister hasn't made the case. They're concerned about this rather strangely worded phantom army that the Prime Minister seems to have found in Syria, and they're concerned about that. So yes, there's going to be some Labour MPs, indeed some shadow cabinet members, who will put a different point of view. Is it the end of the world in a democracy when people speak openly and honestly about what they believe in? I think it's actually a strength.
But a conviction politician, and that's what you are, if your conviction is that that war would be wrong, then surely your duty, your principal duty as the leader of the Labour Party is to lead it into the division and whip the party through. That's the tradition. That's how politics works in this country.
I will speak tomorrow against this war. I will ask every Labour MP to join me in the same division lobby opposing this war. I understand some do not agree with my view. Some take a different view. I respect they have a different view. I think they're wrong, and I think they ought to listen very carefully to public opinion, listen to the rather strange arguments made by the Prime Minister to support this particular war, and also put their real efforts into where it matters, supporting a political settlement.
Foreign Affairs spokesman, Mr. Benn, is going to speak out in favour of supporting the Prime Minister in this matter. I mean, you can't have a situation like that, can you?
We agreed to take a free vote so that every Labour MP can speak out on what they believe in. But how they vote is their decision.
I mean,
listen, we're in a
political
democracy.
party is either a political party or it isn't. And if a political party is led by a man who has a principle and has the power to deliver a whipped vote, and then his Foreign Affairs Secretary, Hilary Benn, says, no, I'm now going to make a completely different speech. I believe the party says this.
Actually,
what are people to believe?
Actually, where Hilary and I disagree is on the bombing. Where we agree is on refugees, is on cutting off funds and arms to ISIL.
But the issue is the bombing. The issue is the bombing.
The issue of division is the bombing. That's why I'm against it.
Will Hilary Benn retain his job?
Hilary Benn is the Shadow Foreign Secretary.
He enjoys your confidence?
We don't agree on Syria, we agree on a number of other things.
Does he enjoy your confidence?
He enjoys my confidence on a number of matters. We don't agree on Syria, that's very obvious.
Isn't war such a critical issue that it is a matter of confidence?
We're going to be discussing this as the days go on. Tomorrow is an important day.
Well, does that mean his job is in question in the days going on?
It doesn't. You shouldn't draw any implications from that at all. What it means is that tomorrow we're in a different position. I had a discussion with him yesterday, and we'll be having further discussions afterwards.
You see, a lot of people within the party and beyond, observers too, are saying, look, the party's a shambles. I mean, these meetings you have of the Shadow Cabinet, the meetings you have of the Parliamentary Labour Party are a complete shambles. And I mean, even I have been called up by people who've attended those meetings and said, listen, this can't go on. You accept they are a shambles?
No, they're not a shambles. What I did after election was what I promised to do, was to reach out to appoint a shadow cabinet that was broadly a diversity of opinion, and hope that those members would make a contribution and it would result in better policies. And we have forced the government on the back foot on tax credits, on police cuts, on human rights in Saudi Arabia. We have become a party that's fundamentally opposed to the economic strategy of this government. That didn't happen by accident.
But something utterly central to your own campaign to becoming leader, that of opposition to these kind of operations, right? You're not prepared to stand firm and say that is a point beyond
I'm
which
standing
I
firm
do not
tomorrow and making a speech from the dispatch box of why I'm against war.
But not with anyone else, as far as one can see, in terms of the immediate people around you whose job it is to consider foreign affairs and whether Britain should be at war.
Perhaps we get down the road much better by encouragement and persuasion than by instruction.
Is there any consequence for those who vote against you tomorrow? Any? Can you guarantee that they won't be rolled out of Parliament as a result of this?
It's not up to me to decide who are or not Labour candidates in the future, but any selection, reselection, deselection, any other kind of selection is at least 3 years away, because there's got to be a boundary review first. And so I think what we should do is concentrate on the issue tomorrow, which is whether or not the British Parliament and all its members in all its parties decides whether or not they're going to support yet another war, or they're going to support a process of political dialogue, humanitarian interventions and peace.
Jeremy Corbyn, thank you for talking with us.